Howdy, my name's Noah. I know what you're thinking. The cat eyes definitely get you women. No. That rust looks terrible. This is my 2006 LBZ, the one, the only, 6-speed Allison LT3 package. We've got leather seats, we've got heated seats. It's got the Bose, but aftermarket radio now. We'll get into that later. So I had one goal when I was buying this truck. Really just one goal, was to have a lower miles LBZ because I wanted that 6-speed Allison transmission. I've had an LBZ or LB7 in the past and didn't really like the whole 5-speed thing, so I definitely wanted that six gear for the highway travel. This is the first model we're going to talk about, the Amazon Special Projector LED headlights. They're great, honestly. I was a skeptic at first, but the compared to like what's in these things stock, holy cow, world of difference, lots up the road. So it's a combined unit, so it's both top and bottom come in the package. They're great. Honestly, I don't regret it at all. They were kind of expensive, but do not regret it one bit. These right here are the eBay special tail lights. Not as glorious as the headlights, I will tell you that much. I'm sure you can tell, maybe you can't, but they are yellow. These are not, they're maybe a year old, maybe. They look really good at the beginning. Obviously they don't look too good now, so there's going to be some upgrades in the future for sure. I'm thinking probably Alpha Rex, but we will cross that bridge whenever we get there. So next model on the list, the HSP Piping kit. So we've got a cold air side, we've got the coolant reservoir tank, and we've also got the coolant rerouting. Really nice upgrade. Had some problems, a little bit of leaks, just had to tighten some clamps. Seems to be doing much better now. Really like it. It's mainly for looks, I'm guessing. I doubt it added any power, but it really does look good. Also, whenever I got the kit, I also got, I believe it's a 4-inch down to a 5-inch exhaust. So pretty nice there too. That probably added a little bit of juice maybe. Then we've also got, under the hood, we've got a LML booster. So that's for brakes and power steering. That made quite a big difference. If you have one of these trucks, an LOY or a LB7, highly recommend. Great option. Would never go back. It stops better, power steering feels a little bit better. It's a solid choice. So another thing too, we've got a satin black powder coat on everything, with the accents being a glossy black. The turbo wheel housing is also satin black, and the turbo wheel itself, instead of it being that cast iron, it's a built aluminum wheel. I think it's a Wicked wheel, but didn't really make too much of a noise difference. It definitely sounds different, and you'll see that later in the video. But yeah, that's also something else. The next model on the list, we've got a Stage 3 Kryptonite kit. Does not have the billet center link, but it does have the tie rods, the upper control arms, and then I also got this separate. I got Fox shocks with a reservoir. I do not know why the reservoir looks like that. Maybe someone can tell me. I would expect it to be much longer than that. These are my traction bars. A local fab shop made them for me, so they're not like branded in any way. That's kind of the way I wanted them, because I don't like the real flashy ones. These are pretty straightforward. Going back, I wish I would have gotten them a little shorter, but I do like them. I like the way they look, I like the way it hooks. Definitely a good buy. Drives a lot better with those, for sure. Back here we've got the 5-inch exhaust. There is no tip on it right now, and I don't know that I'm going to put one on there because I kind of like the way it looks right now. We'll see. One thing that I would like to change is I'd like to get the new style mirrors with like the red cap and black center. Even if I decide I don't like that look, which I do like that look, but I like this look too, I'd probably still get some new ones that are not as faded through here. Another big upgrade I'd like to do is some wheels and tires. I'm looking for some black wheels to go on this. Also, I'd like to get these color matched. So I'm gonna get some paintable ones and get some color matched ones. That's a little down the road. Probably the first thing will be wheels and tires. So one of the big things that's wrong with this truck that needs to be upgraded soon is the bumpers. So as you can see, they're pretty weathered and rusted. The plastic's really lost its luxurious look. If plastic can even have that. Then also, fun thing, in the state of Tennessee, I was pretty lucky. I have LBZ. This right here is quite possibly the worst thing about this truck. Whenever I bought it, you could see a little bit of rust under the paint. So I figured as long as I took care of it and didn't drive it much in the snow, it wouldn't end up looking like this, where it's, you know, pretty much you can see through it. What happened was we had a big snow, and my other vehicle, I have an older Tahoe, the four-wheel drive was out of it, so I ended up driving this in the big snow, and it was a week. It lasted a week, which is not normal for us. It lasted a week, and after all the snow had melted off, even cleaning it off and everything, it busted wide open on this side. The other side has a little bit, but this side's definitely the worst. It's the worst thing about these trucks. So luckily I've still got good cab corners, mainly because I haven't looked at them to see if there's any rust. At least it's not coming through where I can see it, and I like to live in denial about that. But yeah, it's a big downside. I've already gotten it priced to do rockers. That will come in the future. It does suck. It's a big downside of these trucks, but I mean basically all of them rust unless you keep them in the garage and never drive them. So I guess it was bound to happen if you look at it like that. But yeah. So next up we got the edge monitor. It's just a regular edge, so it's just a monitoring system. We have 5-stage EFL Live tunes, so you can go from Econ, have fun mode. There's two modes for that. One is have fun, one's have a lot of fun. Then you have pull and tune, and then factory-ish. So this one does not have the EGT probe hooked up yet. That will come in the future for sure. Near future, hopefully. So as mentioned before, this is an LT3 package, so it has your memory seats. It also has heated seats as well. So you can, on Chevrolets, you can actually separate it for where you're just the back, and you can do the back and the butt. So with this being an LT3 package, it's got the dual climate controls with the auto as well. One of the things I hate about this truck is you would think that the on button would turn it on. It doesn't. You have to hit the AC button. I'm sure there's other buttons that will turn it on as well, but another big pet peeve of mine with this is to turn, well, you can't hit the auto button to turn off auto. You just got to turn the temperature. Actually, that's still not doing it. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's how you turn it off auto. Really annoying. Another pet peeve of mine is you can only control them separately unless someone knows how you can control them both at the same time. Please tell me, because it drives me crazy. So like every time, if you want it colder, you got to turn this side colder and you got to turn this side colder. There's no way to like sync them up, which is very annoying. And then to turn it off, of course, you hit the power button. But if you want it back on, the power button doesn't work. You have to hit the AC button. Even if it's the winter time and you want heat, you have to hit the AC button. Maybe it turns on like doing this. I guess it kind of does. Nope, not really. Now it's just confused. Yeah, this whole system kind of sucks. So this is my head unit. Love it a lot. Like I said earlier, we've got 4 camera hookups. I plan on doing that for sure. Backup camera in the tailgate latch, all that fun stuff. The one thing that I'm not a big fan of is it still seems, even though I've got the right harness, occasionally it'll have static in the radio. And usually if I turn off the head unit and turn it back on, it'll fix it. So I don't know what's causing it. The only thing I think of is just the Bose like amplifier under the console. So I think eventually one day I'll rewire them all and put new speakers in all the doors and get rid of that Bose amplifier and just do a aftermarket amplifier. And I'd imagine that that'll fix most of it. But right now it's connected to my phone wirelessly, and like I said earlier, I can plug in my phone and do wired. Really a great head unit. Highly recommend the head unit. I don't blame the static on the head unit. I don't know, maybe I should, but I don't blame it on the head unit. I really blame it on that Bose amplifier. I really think it's that Bose amplifier not agreeing with the radio. But like I said, it's not all the time, and then usually whenever it happens, if I turn it off and turn it back on, boom, it's fixed. So one of the things when I was looking for an LBZ is it had to be leather, and I had to have the console. Really wanted the console. One of my biggest pet peeves about the console is, number one, I don't know if I would trade it for another version like the LMM right after mine, but because I love the way these seats feel, they're very comfortable. I love this armrest, but I will say the console doesn't have a lot of space really, and it only opens this way, which you'd think is not that big of a deal, but it really is, because if you're on the side where the camera is and you open it up, you can't see what's in there. You can't hardly grab anything, especially with this truck sitting a little bit higher than like a 1500. So that is kind of I'm not a big fan of the way they did this console, but it's fine. I mean, it gets the job done. I really want to get it retuned, and here's why. That's a lot. In summary, love the purchase. Probably paid too much for it, but did have to pay the cat-eye tax. It has 117,000 miles on it right now. When I bought it, it had 106. Definitely worth, I think, what I paid for it. Maybe to some people it wasn't. Like I said, the rust was nowhere near as bad as it was, but it definitely has gotten a lot worse, and I'll have to get that done. As far as in the distant future, I would love to repaint it. I'm going to go back with this exact same color. I love this color. And probably lower it a little tiny bit, maybe just like a reverse level, basically. And yeah, that's it.